are from second group. Now we are going to discuss about preposition. But before that, let us introduce ourselves.
My name is Akodiwaru as the first presenter.
I am Adriani Putrihura. I am as the third presenter.
My name is Enda Santika Sarigulo. I am as the fourth speaker.
And I am Angelina Abisina. I am the last presenter.
So stay tuned.
Well, friends, today we learn about preposition, and I will guide you to discuss about definition of preposition and types of preposition. So let's start our discussion. Alright, my friends, let's start our discussion today about content of discussion. The first one is prepositional phrase and categories of preposition, and then common errors, preposition errors, and then prepositional with nouns, verb, adjective, and preposition in idioms. So let's see definition of preposition. Prepositions are used to express the relationship of a noun or pronoun or another grammatical element functioning as a noun to rest of the sentence. So based on the definition of the preposition, we know that prepositions are used to express a relationship between noun or pronoun and can use to express another grammatical element as a noun and then to the rest of the sentence. Next, prepositional phrase and categories of preposition. A prepositional phrase is made up of at least a preposition and its object, which can be a noun, pronoun, or a noun phrase. This is specific or describe the object, but unlike prepositions, they do not serve to connect the object grammatically to the rest of the sentence. And then preposition here can made up of the list as a preposition of its object and can be a noun, pronoun, or a noun phrase. And then this is specific for describe the object, but not only preposition phrase. Unlike preposition, they do not serve to connect the object grammatical to the rest of the sentence. Okay, here we can see example. The first one is on the ground. So example here simple, but okay, this is short. So we know on here as a preposition and the ground is as a location. So we can see or explain here behind here. On describes the location in the relationship to the ground. Jadi on here describe the ground. So next of the bedroom. So we know preposition here of, and to specify the weather is being discussed is particular the bedroom. And then we know the third example, down the dark alley and because of the nasty weather. So I believe you understand about the example here because we have learned in the previous semester. Let's continue. Types of prepositional phrase. Type of prepositional phrase here, adjectival prepositional phrase. Prepositional phrase that modify nouns, pronouns, personal pronouns, or nouns phrase, all of which function grammatical as a nouns. It is considered to function as an adjective with the sentence. We call the adjective phrase or sometimes just adjective phrase. So we know that preposition phrase that modify nouns, pronouns, personal pronouns, or noun phrase. So let's see the example. The first one is the cat on the sheet is black. So we know that the sentence have preposition here. You can see on. So this is in the sentence have a noun, yeah. In noun here cat. So preposition here modify noun. So the cat on the sheet is black. So the sentence, so we can say the sentence is as an adjective for prepositional phrase. So the second example, I would like to buy some flowers in the glass vase. So preposition here is in, and a glass vase as a noun phrase. And then the last example here, people from many different countries have visited here. And then we learn about adverbial preposition phrase. Adverbial preposition phrase is a prepositional phrase modifying a verb, adjective, or adverb. It is considered to have the function of an adverb in the sentence. Let's see example here. She will leave after a short run. So we can see in the sentence, this is after here is preposition, and a run is a verb. So she will leave after a short run. After here, this modify a run. So this is adverbial preposition phrase. And then the second example here, I ran a mile down the road. So I wrote. So down here as preposition, and road here adverb. So down here modify the road. Okay, and the last is because of my preparation, I had to cancel my flight. I mean, you can understand the third example. Next, multiple preposition phrase. Multi-prepositional phrase is a combination of more than one preposition phrase in the sentence. The type of prepositional phrase, each one independence on what modifies, with a general indicate by where it is placed in the sentence and what kind of information it provides. So multi-preposition here, prepositional phrase here is combination of more than one preposition phrase in the sentence. And then, so let's see example here. During the Christmas break, I visited my old school behind our house. So the the example here, there are two preposition phrase in the sentence. The first is during the Christmas break is an adverbial preposition phrase. We know this is because it comes in the very beginning of the sentence, and it describes the verb visited to answering the question when. The second prepositional phrase is behind our house. It is an adjective preposition phrase. Modify the noun school, noun school, and answering the question which one. And then next, the last question. Okay, the last example I mean. Okay, we ending our game with the neighbors at once when we heard our parents calling. So here two prepositional phrase occur one after the other. The first one with the bedroom describe the noun game, so it is adjective. The second prepositional phrase at once describe the verb ending, and even though it comes quite a bit later in the sentence, because it describes a verb, it as an adverbial preposition phrase. So that's all explanation about definition of preposition and types of preposition. So I turn it back to moderator. Thank you.
Baik, saya akan melanjutkan mulai dari agency. Agency itu termasuk kategoris dari preposition, yang mana prepositionnya itu dimulai dengan by and with. Contoh kalimatnya itu the book by the famous author is a big hit. Ya, itu termasuk contoh dari by. Dan contoh keduanya itu her heart is filled with emotion. Hatinya sedang diisi dengan emosi atau amarah. Ya, itu contoh kedua dengan diawali dengan with. Kategori yang selanjutnya itu instrument or device. By, with, on. Contoh kalimatnya itu the journey by boat is long and arduous. And contoh kedua, he hit the nail with a hammer. Dan kategori selanjutnya itu reason or purpose. For, through, because of, on, account of, from. Contoh kalimatnya itu I have a spare computer for work. Contoh keduanya they leave early because of the storm. Kategori selanjutnya yaitu termasuk connection. Prepositionnya yaitu of, to, and with. Contoh kalimatnya yaitu a well-written cover letter to employers helps your chance of being hired. Contoh keduanya, I think she decided to go with Victor. Dan kategori selanjutnya itu origin, yang dimulai dari preposition yaitu from dan of. Dan contoh kalimatnya itu Tom is of German descent. Contoh keduanya, we started our trip from Italy. Ya, sekian dari penjelasan saya termasuk dari kategori preposition. Dan kategori itu dari slide itu jenis kategorinya, contohnya itu yang pertama waktu. Bagian prepositionnya itu at, in, on, for, during, since, by, until, before, after, to, past. Dan contoh kalimatnya itu there is a film at noon we could see. Yang mana itu termasuk keterangan. Dan contoh keduanya yaitu we're meeting him in an hour. Ya, itu masuk yang mana termasuk itu menjelaskan jam atau waktu. Yang kedua, kategori yang kedua itu tempat, yang mana itu yang termasuk at, in, on, by, near, close to, next to, beside, between, behind, in front of, above or over, below or under. Contoh kalimatnya itu the cat on the roof was hissing at us. Yang mana itu termasuk keterangan juga, yang mana kucing di atas genteng yang sedang mengaum kepada kita. Dan contoh kedua yaitu try looking behind the shed. Kategori yang ketiga, termasuk yang kategori ketiga itu direction or movement. To, from, over, under, along, around, across, through, into, out, of, toward, away from, onto, off, up, down. Contoh kalimatnya itu the house down the road is being sold. Contoh kalimat yang keduanya they drove across the country. Ya, itu contoh kalimatnya. Alright, I will explain about categories of preposition. Categories of preposition is most prepositions have multiple usage and meanings. Generally speaking, prepositions can be divided into 8 categories: time, place, direction or movement, agency, instrument or device, reason or purpose, connection and origin. Yang mana itu jenis-jenis kategori preposition itu sebagian besar memiliki multiple penggunaan dan arti, yang mana secara umum berbicara dalam bahasa Inggris dan dapat dibagi ke dalam 8 kategori, yaitu waktu, tempat, arah, gerakan, instrumen atau perangkat, alasan atau tujuan, hubungan, dan asal.
Alright everyone, we continue to the next material. We are going to discuss about common prepositional errors. We know that there are so many prepositions in English, as well as fact that many prepositions serve multiple purposes. So it can be quite difficult to determine which one preposition used in this particular situation. Now, let's see the example. 2 versus it. There are 2 sentences there. Let's read. I went in the London last year. The second is I went to the London last year. The first sentence is incorrect. Why? We know in preposition we use to describe enclosed space. Enclosed space means inside. And let's see the preposition in the sentence number 2. I went to London last year. 2 used to describe movement with a specific aim, direction, or destination. Verb that describe the movement from the one place to another general take the preposition to. So we use to describe verb when the verb describe the movement from one place to another place. So the correct one in this example is sentence number 2. I went to London last year. Let's see to the second example. 8 versus 2. The first sentence, I was to the theater last night. In this sentence, it used to as a preposition, but the sentence is correct. Remember that to used to describe movement from the one location to the another location. But in this context, we can see that was is be, and be include in static verb. It means no movement from point A to point B. So let's see the second sentence. I was at the theater last night. That's correct, because when it is contained static verb, we use at as a preposition. The example number 3. 2 versus of. There are 2 sentences there. This sentence describes about appreciation or zest. Let's see the first sentence. This is the key of my book. The sentence is incorrect. The preposition that used in the sentence is of. While the second sentence, this is the key to my room. 2 in the sentence describe access to something. So the correct one is sentences number 2. is correct. Number 3. The gray wolf in North America is beautiful creatures. In the sentence, the preposition is it, and the sentence is incorrect. The last, the gray wolf of North America is a beautiful creatures. In the sentence, preposition is of, and the sentence is correct. So why? What the reason? Remember, of, preposition of, relates to belonging, while in refers to being inside or within some place. And when we speak about countries and things within the world, not of the world. But in the other hand, when we describe some place to which a person or things is native, we use of, not in. So that is the reason why some of the example correct and some of example incorrect. It depends on context. Thank you.
Alright, now I'm going to talk about prepositional with nouns, verbs, and adjective. Let me explain one by one. The first is preposition with nouns. So let's see the explanation about preposition with nouns. Certain preposition can be used in conjunction with nouns to connect, emphasize, or provide clarification for ideas expressed in sentences. In this combination, the preposition always comes directly after the noun. So here, the preposition with nouns always comes directly after the nouns. So let's see the most common preposition used with nouns. The first is to. The first preposition is to. So let's see the example. I couldn't enter the building without access to the door's password. And then she gave no response to the question I asked her. And the last one is everyone admired the doctor's devotion to her patient. So here we can see where is the preposition used with nouns, because we have underlined that is access to. In the second example is respond to, and in the last example is devotion to. Alright, let's move. Alright, here the preposition for. Let's see the example. The need for social interaction is a basic human trait. There's room for one more person at this table. And the last one is you should always have sympathy for strangers. So here the example where we use for when we combine with a noun. So let's that is the example, the preposition for with nouns. So here need for, room for, and sympathy for is the preposition with nouns. And then preposition of. Here the example, the first is do you have any intention of going out today? Timothy's knowledge of beekeeping is impressive. And the last is the police cannot arrest him due to a lack of evidence. So we can see the preposition with nouns is intention of, knowledge of, and lack of. Let's move. Alright, that is preposition in and on. So let's see the example. Even as a child, the girl had an interest in archaeology. The second example is he took pleasure in playing the piano. And then Meredith was forced to take a reduction in her pay. So we can see the preposition with nouns. The preposition in with nouns is interest in, pleasure in, and then reduction in. So let's see the preposition on with nouns. Let's see the example. I read magazine for advice on relationship. And then some view the new law as an attack on our rights. And the last is his focus on success has hindered his social life. So let's see the explanation about preposition at, from, and between. The preposition at is only paired with a few nouns. So let's look at the example. Though new to skiing, he made an attempt at the highest slope. And then I have no chance at winning this game often. So let's look at we use the preposition in conjunction with which, as in, let's look at the example. This is the age at which you are eligible for military service. So here we can see that preposition at in the first example, attempt at, in the second example, chance at, and in the last example is age at which. So here we use which after the preposition at, and then preposition from used with noun. So let's look at the explanation also. From is only occasionally used with nouns. The preposition usually refers to two things at opposition with each other, or specifies an origin or starting point when used in conjunction with two. So let's look at the example. The town sought protection from bandits. His transition from paper to print was something out of a fairy tale. So here we can see the preposition from, that is protection from and transition from. Let's continue. Preposition with. Nouns combined with the preposition with point to relationship and connection between two or more things. Let's look at the example. What's the matter with you? I noticed a small problem with the story you submitted. And the last one, her close relationship with her sister is enviable. So we can see the preposition with here start from matter with, problem with, and relationship with. And then preposition about. When paired with a noun, about means concerning or in regards to. So let's look the example. His anxiety about public speaking is so bad that he sweats when he's on stage. And then the second example. Do you have any information about the change in the schedule? So we can look the preposition about in the first example, anxiety about. In the second example is information about. And the last one is preposition between with nouns. Let's look the explanation. A noun that takes the preposition between forms a comparison between two things. Here are some common combination. So let's look the combination. Here the example. For her thesis, Stasi submitted a comparison between classical music and contemporary rock. So this preposition is used to compare two things. So in this sentence, we can see in the sentence in the in the example, the things being compared is classical music and contemporary rock. And then let's look the second example. The connection between good and evil is fascinating. So where is the sentence being compared here is between good and evil is fascinating. And the last one is there a difference between greens, unions, and scallions? So we can see the difference between is the preposition used with nouns. Alright, that's the explanation preposition used with nouns. And then let's continue to talk about preposition used with verbs. Let's see the explanation preposition with verbs. Certain verbs require preposition in order to connect to their sentence's object. This combination, also known as prepositional verbs, allow the preposition to act as necessary links between verbs and nouns or gerunds. Prepositional verbs always take a direct object, or either a noun or gerund, after the preposition and cannot be separated by it. So let's look at the example. Let's see the correct preposition with verbs. Here we put the example where the preposition with verb incorrect and correct. Let's look the example. The first example, he listens classical music every night. So this sentence is incorrect because the verb listen requires a preposition to connect to its object, classical music. And then let's look the second example. He listens classical music to every night. So the sentence is incorrect because listen and its preposition to cannot be separated by the object, classical music. Alright, let's see the last example. He listens to classical music every night. So this sentence is correct. Why? Because the prepositional verb is not separated and the object comes directly after the preposition. Alright, here are some of the prepositions most commonly used with verbs. There are some of the prepositions most commonly used with verbs, namely for, to, about, with, of, in, at, on, and from. Alright, let's see the example preposition with verb. She apologized for her mistake. So here, the preposition with verbs is apologized for. And then she went to the store to buy some groceries. So here, the preposition with verbs is went to the store. And then they are talking about their vacation plans. So here, the preposition with verbs is talking about. She enjoys cooking with her friends. Preposition with verbs here is cooking with. And he is proud of his son's achievement. So preposition with verbs here is proud of. And then they live in a small town in the countryside. So the preposition with verbs here is live in. And he is good at playing the piano. So we can see the preposition used with verbs is good at playing. And then in the example here, she put her keys on the table. So where is the preposition with verbs is put her keys on the table. So we can see the preposition on here. And the last one is she received a gift from her friends. So in the last example here, we can see the preposition with verbs is receive a gift from. So here the preposition is from. Alright, that's the preposition with verbs. I have explained some commonly preposition used with verbs, and I have give the example. So now I'm going to talk about preposition with adjective. Let's look at the explanation. Preposition can sometimes appear after adjective to complete or elaborate on the ideas or emotion the adjective describes. Prepositions used in this way are known as adjective complements. The preposition always comes directly after the adjective and is typically followed by a noun or gerund to form a prepositional phrase. Let's continue. The preposition always comes directly after the adjective and is typically followed by a noun or gerund to form a prepositional phrase. Alright, let's look at the most common preposition used alongside adjective include the following. So here we can see the preposition of. We start from preposition of. Let's look at the explanation about preposition of with adjective. An adjective paired with the preposition of can identify cause of mental and physical states. For example, fear, exhaustion, and anxiety, or etc. Or over description for action and people. Alright, let's look the example. Sam is afraid of dogs. So here we can identify the preposition with adjective is afraid of, and then that's very smart of. And the last is mom told me she is proud of my accomplishment. So we can see where is the preposition of with adjective is in the first example, afraid of, smart of, and proud of. Let's continue. Let's see the preposition to. When paired with an adjective, the preposition to can describe behaviors, states, or connection between things and people. Alright, we can underline that the preposition to can describe behaviors, states, or connection between things and people. Let's look at the example. He quickly became accustomed to city life. And then Cassie is married to Nick, and his idea is similar to mine. So here we can see the preposition to with adjective is accustomed to. In the second example is married to, and in the last example is similar to. Alright, let's continue. Preposition about with adjective. The preposition about typically accompanies emotive adjective in regards to specific situation or event. So, preposition about regards to specific situation or events. So let's look the example. I'm excited about a new book that's coming out soon. Bobby was depressed about his parents' divorce, and she seems nervous about. So we can see the example about preposition about. In the first example, about a new book, and then depressed about, and the last is nervous about. So that's the preposition about with adjective. And then preposition for. Let's look at the explanation. For can be used with adjective to demonstrate purpose or reason. So let's underline that preposition for to demonstrate purpose or reason. Let's look at the example. Texas is famous for reddos. And then Australia is known for its large kangaroo population. And then Coach Brown is responsible for the football team. So we can see where is the preposition for here with adjective, that is famous for, known for, and responsible for. Alright, let's continue with preposition with in adjective. When used with an adjective, the preposition with can indicate the cause of an emotional state or a connection between things or people. So we can see the preposition with can indicate the cause of an emotional state or a connection between things or people. So let's look at the example. We put 3 examples here. I'm annoyed with this traffic. Molly seems disappointed with her performance. And then we are very pleased with the number of donations we received. So we can see where is the preposition with adjective here. Annoyed with, disappointed with, and the last one is pleased with. So that's the preposition with used with an adjective. Let's continue. Let's look at the preposition at with adjective. Most adjectives that take the preposition at can also take the preposition by. So we can see that the preposition at can also take the preposition by. When combined with adjective, this preposition illustrates cause for specific reaction or emotional response. So the preposition at here is illustrate cause for specific reaction or emotional response. By can be used in place of at only because this sentence requires passive voice. Alright, let's look the example. She was astonished at, or we can use preposition by here, the movie's poor rating. So we can see the example. Here we can use preposition at or by in this sentence. And then I'm shocked at or by his behavior. And the last one is flight attendants were surprised at or by. We can we can use preposition at or by the plane's abrupt landing. Let's continue. Preposition in with adjective. Let's look at the explanation. Some adjective can be paired with the preposition in to show connection or relationship between people and things. Let's look at the example. Bernard is interested in joining the school band. So here, interested in is the preposition with adjective. And the second is she involved in politics? So here, involved in is the preposition with adjective. And then is the preposition from. Adjective taking the preposition from can emphasize a point of opposition or the result of an action. Alright, let's look at the example. Turquoise is different from blue. So here, this sentence is point of opposition. And in the second example, we were protected from the storm. The sentence is point of opposition also. And the last example is I became tired from studying all night. So the last example here is the sentence is result of an action. So we can see the preposition from with adjective here is different from, protected from, and the last one is tired from. So that's the explanation about the preposition with nouns, verbs, and adjective. That's all for me, and thank you.
Will explain about the material,
preposition in idioms. So, preposition in idioms, many preposition can be used with certain words or phrases to form idioms or expressions that have a unique meaning that cannot be inferred from their constituent parts. So, it means that prepositional idioms are types of expression in language that has a specific meaning that cannot be directly dictated from the meaning of the words that from it. They consist of preposition that relate to other words or phrase, and their use can vary within either as adverbials, adjective, or a verbal sentence. With this understanding, someone can better understand and use prepositional idioms in the appropriate language content. For example, the first, turn down the volume, please. So here the preposition idioms, turn down the volume is used as an instruction to reduce sound or noise. Here the preposition reduce here indicate the desired action, which is followed by the object its volume. And the second example, she plays tennis on at first 3 times a month. So in this example, the preposition idiom on at phrase 3 times a month is used to express a person's frequency or habit of playing tennis. The preposition at phrase here indicate that the amount it is the result of a calculation involving certain amount of time, or in this case 1 month followed by a specific amount. And third and the third, for example, uh, all the elevator are out of order. So in this example sentence, the preposition idioms elevator is used as an adjective to describe the elevator. The preposition out of order indicate the condition of the elevators, meaning that all elevators are not working or are damaged. So in this case, elevator functions as an adjective that express the state of the elevators. Next, here are some of the most common prepositions found at the beginning of the prepositional idioms, namely in, on, out of, at, for, by, and from. So I will explain one by one. Okay, the first, idioms that start with preposition in. For example, Sue paid for her gift in advance. So in here, preposition is in, and followed by adverb is advance. And the second, these textbooks explains word in brief. So in as a preposition, and followed by adverb is brief. And we always buy toilet paper in bulk. And in preposition, and bulk and bulk as the idiom. Okay, second, idioms that start with preposition on. For example, Brooch works out on a phrase 4 times a week. So, in here, on as proposition and followed by adverb is a phrase. The second, the ship will depart on sea. Everyone is on board. So on is preposition and followed by noun phrase is board. And most people prefer to watch movies on demand. So on as the preposition and follow by adverb is demand. Okay, the third, idioms that start with preposition out of. For example, he saw it up at our house out of the blue. So out of as preposition and followed by adverb, the blue is the blue. And she became out of breath after trembling up the stairs. So in idioms preposition located middle in a sentence. So in here, out of as the preposition and followed by adverb is breathe. And the last, Teresa has been acting out of character lately. So, out of as a preposition and followed by adjective is a character. Now, second types is idioms that then with preposition. Idioms that then with preposition are typical phrase, verb, and consist of a verb followed by either a preposition, a particle, or a particle with a preposition. These types prepositional idioms is used like a normal verb or describing the action of a subject and may come at the beginning, middle, or then of a sentence. So same with the types first types preposition idioms that may come at the beginning, middle, or then of a sentence. So it means that idioms ending in preposition are often formed from phrase verb. Phrase verb are language construction that consists of a verb followed by one or more words, which can be preposition, particle, or a combination of both. In such idioms, preposition may follow the verb and often provide additional meaning or change the meaning of the verb. For example, look forward to. The look is followed by the preposition forward, and the particle is to. Literally, this idiom cannot be understood if the words are separate one by one. However, taken together, these idioms have a specific meaning that is different from the meaning of the individual words that make them up. For example, look forward to. The verb look is followed by the preposition forward, and the particle is to. Literally, for example, look forward to. The verb look is followed by the preposition forward and the particle to. This idiom cannot but understood if the words are disparate one by one. However, taken together, these idioms have a specific meaning that is different from the meaning of the individual word that make them up. Okay, here are some of the most common prepositions found at the end of prepositional idioms, namely up, down, on, off, and with. Idioms that then with preposition up. For example, the toddlers have been acting up a little. So, acting as the idioms and up as the as a preposition. So the demolition workers play up and all building to make room of a new malls. So um, uh, preposition idioms located middle in sentence is blew up. Blew up. Blew is idioms and up is the preposition. So it is a good idea to bring up your career goals during a job interview. So preposition idioms located the middle in a sentence is bring up. Bring as the idiom and up as the preposition. Okay, next, idioms that then with preposition down. For example, the wind has died down a bit. Did as the idiom and down as the preposition, and I feel like I've let down my parents. Let as the idioms and down as the preposition, and prep down or I'm sending you to your room. So preposition idiom located the beginning in sentence. So is pip down. Pip is idiom and down as the preposition. Well, that's all explanation for me, and thank you.